This was probably the toughest job interview in the world. 8 candidates walked into the exam room. The moment they received the question paper, they were completely stunned because the paper was totally blank, not a single word printed on it. Everyone was confused, but no one dared to speak. Before the exam began, the examiner had announced 3 strict rules. Rule number 1, you cannot talk to the examiner or the security guard. Rule number 2, you cannot leave the room. Rule number 3, you cannot damage or stain the paper. Break even one rule and you're out, along with the once-in-a-lifetime job that pays $1 million a year. After explaining the rules, the examiner set an 80-minute timer and left the room. The candidates kept staring at the blank sheets. No one even knew what the question was. Time kept ticking. Finally, one girl couldn't take it anymore. She thought maybe the blank paper meant they had to write a professional report. She picked up her pen and wrote her name. The moment the ink touched the paper, the guard rushed over, grabbed her, and threw her out. Because she had broken rule number 3, she had stained the paper. Seeing this, everyone immediately put their pens down. Then suddenly, one man realized something. The examiner had mentioned only 3 rules. That meant as long as those 3 rules weren't broken, everything else was allowed. He calmly stood up and started shadowboxing. The guard didn't react. Encouraged, he even began greeting the other candidates casually, as if nothing strange was happening, because there was no rule that said they couldn't talk to each other. Now everyone understood. They began discussing and thinking together. The real question was, why is the paper blank? Lisa stood up and said, what if the paper is heat sensitive? They held their papers under the light, but nothing appeared. Another candidate suggested maybe it needs UV or infrared light, but there was no such light in the room. Then a fair-skinned girl noticed something on the wall, emergency lights. To test the theory, they broke one light, and within seconds, a blue emergency light turned on. Everyone thought this was it. Now the question would appear. But the paper was still blank. Kevin said, maybe the color is wrong. Maybe there are other lights. Just then, Boa, who was very observant, pointed out another light tube on the wall that hadn't turned on yet. Hope returned. They broke that one too. The room filled with a warm yellow glow. But sadly, the paper was still empty. Then everyone looked at Paul. Since entering the room, Paul hadn't stood up even once. They asked him, why haven't you moved at all? Paul looked at them and said something strange. And in that very moment, without even realizing it, he held the biggest secret behind the blank paper.